Greetings, and salutations, all my brothers and sisters of the trading world. Thank you for coming in today. I appreciate your time because this is something you're not going to want to miss. This is the biggest video we've done. This is the biggest thing that's hit the stock market. And this is not hyperbole. This is the biggest thing that's about to happen. And we're going to be at the forefront of it. We're going to be at the cutting edge of it. We're going to be in it before other people. And it is the AI data center buildouts. It's no mystery that these buildouts and these centers and these humongous buildings are being built all around America. There's contracts and negotiations. There's things, the wheels are in motion. And there are so many massive sectors and trades that are coming that it's just going to be ripe for the picking. If you're somebody that doesn't watch all the videos, if you're somebody that leaves halfway through, let me tell you a story. You're going to lose money and you're going to be leaving money on the table. It's not hyperbole. This is one of the biggest things, if not the biggest thing, to hit the stock market. The AI build out for data centers is going to be huge. We've already seen it in the chip sector, and the chip sector hasn't even begun to grow. I know that sounds crazy, but the bigger the center, the faster, the more chips that they need. Chips aren't going anywhere, and there is an onslaught of money to be made underneath of them that's going to be coming soon, and it's going to be coming for quite a while. We've got a series of video coming out about AI buildouts that go to each and every sector, the plays in them, where you should be looking, how you should be thinking about it. And hey, let's just get into it because it's going to be huge. Let's go. These data AI build outs are going to be massive, as I said, and we need to get into the forefront. We need to get on it quick. We've already been a little bit in it with energy, but these data centers are going to make so much money. We just need to be smart about our plays. We need to be in there, and we need to be getting in there and just figuring everything out. And that's what we're going to do. So what is the data AI center? The AI center actually is something that houses kind of everything from the internet, from an AI search to streaming to any kind of cloud structure. Everything of that nature has to go through these data centers. And you know, back in the day, once upon a time, when it was just the internet and it was before AI, if you can imagine such a time. I'm old enough to remember a time before AI. So the data centers weren't in existence, and the internet kind of ran on a measurable kind of grid. It was X amount of electricity it's going to be used. It took this much cooling. It's only going to take this much power. But absolutely, the AI part of it, the AI and the chip need and the power needed completely changed everything. There is not one electric grid in America, no chance that it can hold these data centers. It can't be built up to do it. There's no chance in the world any city can support these huge draws on power, as well as cooling and everything else. Think of it this way. The old chips, the old NVIDIA chips, used to use about the same amount of wattage as an average space heater. Just one chip using the amount of electricity as a space heater. Well, now these chips are going to be on a completely different playing field. Now, one of these chips is going to take as much power as an entire electrical grid in a house. So one house, one chip. And these data centers are massive, massive warehouse type buildings that just have, I mean, thousands of these chips in them. The heat alone is insane. The cooling that needs to be done for these will be an extreme problem. It's already become an extreme problem just logistically trying to figure it out because it's such a draw on the water and the utilities. So you not only that, now you have these chips that just 1 megabyte strip the chip, just one power strip of that is going to be the equivalent electricity used in 700 to 800 homes. So think about that for a minute. Just for that one chip, it's just going to be enough for 700 or 800 homes, one chip. And then when you put a whole row, a megabyte, or what is it, the megabyte or megawatt rack of chips into that, it is going to be the same energy output as an entire nuclear plant. One rack of megawatt chips, an entire nuclear plant to run that. So it's just insane how much energy and power is going to be needed. For years and years, out of fear, out of nonsense, we said, well, we can't have nuclear power. It's too scary. It's too scary. Well, it's come a time in our life that we have no longer time for nonsense. So instead of throwing out the baby with the bathwater like they did, like my grandfather used to say, they should have looked into a better way to do it, and we wouldn't be behind the eight ball. Because this didn't come on us in like 10 years. This came upon us in like 2 years, maybe a little bit over. And now they're stuck, and they need all this power. And nuclear was so bad before, it was terrible. But all of a sudden now it's like, we got to get nuclear. We've got to get the nuclear power. There's no wind turbine going to be able to generate that much power to run these data centers. The one Stargate in Abilene is 8 buildings for this one data center, and it's 1.2 gig power plant and draw. It's going to take an entire nuclear plant of power to do that, and not just a small one. It's going to take a big one for that one company's one location. So we're in energy right off the top. We've been talking about energy. We've been talking about how they're going to get the power to these people. So that's going to be the first thing that we're going to look at. We're going to look at energy, and we've already been looking at Bloom Energy. We've already been looking at fuel cell and different ones. So the next video, we're going to draw down and really go in on energy. But there's so many more topics. As I said, the cooling, there's the nuts and bolts of it. Who's going to supply the goods here? What about the rare earth kind of stuff that they need to make the chips that are going to be in such demand? I could go on and on. It is endless to how much we can do here, how many plays are going to be playing. We don't need to make all of them. You don't have to get in everything. Maybe you find one name in each sector that you want to do. Yes, it's in one group, but it will create a lot of diversity. If you got heating people over here and you got cooling people over here and you've got chips in the middle of it, it's going to be a fantastic time. It's going to be a huge opportunity to make a bunch of money. So I just wanted to pop in, get your mind thinking right of what the data center is, what's going to be needed, how huge it's going to be already, and it's just going to keep growing and growing. And we haven't even talked about the data centers and space aspect of it yet. So hey, do not miss the videos. We've got more coming up. You want to catch them. You want to make sure you're on them. And I thank you for your time today. Definitely like and subscribe. And hey, let's go out there and make a bunch of money as you start trading in your future.